Your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network, live tonight at the Richmond International Raceway with the guys over at the Northwest Racing Series, Truck Series here tonight on a Thursday night, and happy to have you all aboard here this evening. Phil Lacasse here filling in tonight for Charles Wooten. And alongside me, my color and my producer, as always, my director at the controls, my buddy, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton, making his debut over here at the Northwest Racing Series. And Todd, it's great to have you over here. Did the last couple of weeks with our buddy Charles Wooten. Charles certainly under the weather here tonight, so he's asked us both to fill in. And hey, we've done this a couple of times, or for the first time as a tag team, like we've done for so many years. We come out here to travel to the Great Northwest, and silly enough, they come out here to Richmond on the East Coast, so it's kind of a whole dimensional world's going on. But how the heck are you, partner? Are you ready to rock and roll?
Definitely ready to rock and roll here this evening. A little bit late. I was just mentioning to you just a little bit ago, Phil. It's a little bit past my bedtime here on the East Coast. Got to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning to go to work. But Charles feeling under the weather. I felt obligated have to pick Charles up just once in a while here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Absolutely right. And got to thank all our presenting sponsors out here tonight for making the network go around over here at the Northwest Racing Series. Of course, going to thank our presenting sponsor here tonight, Northwest Racing Series, here with this truck series. Also going to thank our title sponsor, Walls Beard Co., RaceOnTexas.com. Also, thank you to Sim Speed Shop, Hanover Wrecker Service, On the Edge Motorsports. Also, special thanks to Huffman Designs and at Racecore, presenting sponsors to us here tonight live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Great to have you all aboard as we move into race number 5 here on the season here for the Northwest Racing Series Truck Series. The points coming into this evening currently sit where you see a couple of wicked chassis guys sitting up on the top of the board is trying to scramble on to my points, which here really quickly, whatever I just did, I completely lost it there, but I know Todd will have it there on the screen for you as I click my screen. Of course, I'm off screen, so it's going to at least delay to me, of course, because I'm talking here live. Sean Bright's been coming in tonight as your points leader, 1 point better over teammate Mark Walls. Josh Cully is third in the standings. He sits 5 points out of the points lead. 35 markers back and forth. We find James Thurston and Stephen Paulson running in our top 5 here. 42 points out entering this evening. 4 races into the season, we have seen 2 different winners. First 2 races out of the gate were won by Mark Walls, and the last 2 races, including last week, the Martinsville Speedway, were won by Wicked Chassis Racing teammate truck number 46 of Sean Brightsman. Both those in the field here tonight, as well as the Cars of the Stars that make up the Northwest Truck Series. Great to have you all aboard here for a late Thursday night. The guys of the Northwest Series come out to the East Coast at Richmond for a matinee here under the lights. We're happy to have you all aboard here tonight. Live, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Great to have you all tuned in. It looks like qualifying going to be a couple minutes away, a couple seconds away. We're probably about 90 seconds or so away from getting qualifying underway. Qualifying will go out there. It'll be a 10-minute long session. They will take 2 laps around. Defending champion here of this race last year was Mark Walls, the number 48, but the pole sitter last year was one Mr. Jeff Stabnow. Jeff sat on the pole last year in his 24 truck, so have to wait and see. Talking to those guys a little while ago, Jeff said his setup here looked like for qualifying maybe a little off this year, but so far, looking at the top of the practice sheets, his current times have go in as this practice rolls to an end. Quick time here currently set by Josh Cully in the number 33. He's at 20.405 to pace practice over the 83 of Chris White, who clocked in a 20.432, 20.438 for Mark Walls aboard that number 48. Jason Hunt clocking in 4th quick in practice with a 24.61. And ranking our top 5 here in the practice speeds as it clicks over into qualifying mode. 5th in practice will go to the number 46 of Sean Brightsman. So he's won the last 2 races, 20.511. So the interesting thing here, Todd, to bring you in, you being new to the Northwest Truck Series, Josh Cully, a guy notorious for not qualifying and starting in the back. So it will kind of pace the story here. A lot of these heavy hitters I've noticed over here in the Northwest Racing Series, they will wait to go out late in the qualifying session. So as we start seeing times click down here on the board, we'll have to wait and see if some of these big names total stop the stage start going out, because they normally go out early. Or in guys like Josh Cully's case, he usually doesn't qualify at all, but he did last week at Martinsville. So I wonder if that's going to change on the short tracks, or if Josh goes back to his ways to not qualifying here tonight.
It's definitely going to be rather interesting. Like I said, it's new here for me tonight. Is making my first debut appearance over here at the Northwest Truck Series, presented by Walls Beer Co. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here, Phil. I know I got to watch a little bit of the racing that you and Charles put on last week as far as the broadcast-wise with these guys. Fantastic job, and these guys do a great job racing around the tracks. I tell you, Martinsville was a little bit difficult at times. Martinsville is difficult in any simulation that you go into. So Richmond, a little bit more wide open. They call it the super speedway short tracks.
It really is, and I call it the action track because it's just that. This place really gives some great pictures, a lot of action that goes on, and I'm glad everybody out there tonight tuning in to Facebook Live here on Full Velocity Racing Network, also over on YouTube as well. As Charles has amounted a great audience over here at YouTube over the years, so hoping here in the late hour of the Northeast, if you're out in the Northwest, where these guys that migrate through this series are, that's a prerequisite to be a part of the Northwest Series. You have to reside out in the Northwest part of the country. So you're seeing guys out there from the state of Washington, Oregon, Montana, Idaho, all those states out there represented, be a part of this great racing series. It's a lot of fun to come over here. Maybe late in the hour on the East Coast, but the action here is going to be hot as qualifying going down on the board. Current quick time, Jason Hunt, a 20.336. Second quick is Josh Cully in the 33. So Josh, decided to qualify again this week. 20.400 puts him on the primitive outside pole. Now he picks it up with a 20.372. So Josh Cully elected to qualify just as he did last week. Currently, about halfway through the qualifying grid, he's currently sitting on the outside pole. But Jason Hunt, that number 12 truck, Todd, a 23.36. He picked up a 10.5 over practice. That is a huge pickup.
Definitely, Phil, a huge pickup, and just watching these guys, already 12 cars, or 12 trucks, I should say. So every time I say cars tonight, Phil, $1 into the kitty here this evening. So 12 trucks have made time now up to 14 trucks. Just watching the lap times come alive here as we're looking down through the qualifying stats, like you said, up top in that number 12 machine with a 20.337, and there's some rather close times up towards the top of the board.
Yes, there is, and they're starting to click off, and I wonder how the cloudy conditions will play here at Richmond today. Kind of warm out here for the East Coast this time of the year. Air temp 72 degrees. Track temp also sitting at an even 70 degrees, so I have to wait and see how this racetrack, plays off. Last week at Martinsville, we had their track temps that were over 100 degrees to start of the race. And something new I've learned here, Todd, talking to Charles and watching these pavement races, the way the track dynamic changes, the way a cloud may roll over the speedway and give some more grip to the racetrack when the sun comes out. makes these things looser. It's something the two of us certainly ain't used to, but it's a really cool wrinkle as we transition over doing a couple of pavement races here in iRacing here recently. Just the changing dynamics, the way these tracks go, the way these races play out. It's an awful lot of fun, and we're going to have it here for 150 laps here tonight. This is going to be a great time.
Definitely have to echo those sentiments there, Phil, and just watching some of these different drivers go out there. You were talking earlier. I was trying to get the insight here in the background here on the Northwest Truck Series and figuring out who has won this season, and I've put my cameras on the number 46 here. I believe that Sean Brightsman here down here in the 46, bright yellow painted machine. He's won 2 races, as you were talking to me about, Phil, already this season, and the season's yet young.
It certainly is, and I'm waiting to see if Sean's going to make his trek out there for qualifying because he's still sitting down there on pit road. But yes, Sean comes in. He's won the last 2 trips out, including last week here at Martinsville. Him and Mark Walls, the only 2 guys that have won this series this season, and both 2-time winners. So we're waiting to see those Wolves Beer Co. Wicked Chassis, designs cars going out there and checking them out. Sean Brightsman still sitting down there. Mark Walls yet to qualify. Guys like Scott Hutchison yet to go out there and qualify as well. Ray Fournier, Travis McKinney, who had a really good run last week. Josh Cushman, another name that I see has been pretty good here recently. So only 18 trucks have taken time. Still waiting for some of those guys. Mark Walls has been out there, Todd. He just put down a blistering lap, putting him out on the pole. 23:05 for Mark Walls. So put the 48 truck to the top of the heap, and he's still got teammates like the 46 of Brightsman, even the 89 of John Annenbacher. Annenbacher, as he went out, he turned a 26.66, so his setup not jiving there. Jeff Stabnow, the 4th Wicked Chassis truck, he currently sits 4th quick with a 20.436, so current quick time. Mark Walls of the 48, that 23:05, that's a big lap. I wonder if anybody else out there, and there's probably about 9 or 10 trucks still left to go that could potentially queue. I wonder if anybody's anything to that lap, including Sean Brights from the 46, because that 20.3, that is screaming here at Richmond.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's consistency here at Richmond. And Mark Walls, I tell you what, in that 48 blistering lap, like you said, 20.305. But Brightsman's down there sitting on pit road. We hear him revving his engine just a little bit, wondering when he's going to go out. And we were often talking about the guys coming out late in the qualifying run just to see what the other guys actually do and what type of times you put up there, Phil. And we've seen a lot of that going on, a lot of that chaos going on in the NASCAR scene, too, as of late for the qualifying. This is a little bit different, as it looks like Brightsman now going to roll off here, see if he has anything for Mark Walls. We're going to ride right there with him and see if that number 46 can put her on the pole.
We'll have to wait and see as times go up, and I see here by way of the YouTube live chat, I got to thank you all out there for tuning in. I see Kelly's out there, Greg's out there. Greg just chimes in and said Sean Brightsman, Todd, also won the Northwest Tour Super Late Model Series race here last November at this very same racetrack. So Sean Brightsman knows his way around Richmond, so we'll have to wait and see what he puts up for times here as he comes off the corner here to put his first lap time on the night up there. Waiting and waiting here as he works his way now off of turn number 3 and 4. We'll see when the 46 clicks in. 3rd quick on his first lap, 20.365, 23.65 for Sean Brightsman, our 46, as it looks like only one lap going to go in as that truck's around in turn number 2. So 1 lap of record here for the 46 truck, 23.65. 3rd quick for the 46 as the drama continues to unfold in qualifying. Does anybody out there at all have anything for that 48 truck of Mark Walls? Last year's winner here this race, 20.305. That is just a lap here. I didn't think anybody was even going to approach a 30 down there at low 3 alone. That's a tremendous lap by Mark. Jason Hunt equally good there at 23.36. Sean Brightsman 23.65 sitting 3rd. The only other driver to crack that top 5 in the 20.3s, 20.372 for the 33 truck of Josh Cully. Jeff Stabnow currently running at your top 5, a lap of 20.436, equaling the time of Corey Walters' the 9 truck. So qualifying looks like coming to the latest date is about 90 seconds left here. Only 19 trucks have gone out there and make time. Guys like, see, we got names like Daniel Masters, Ray Fournier, Stephen Paulison, Gary Nichols, Frank Harris, Tom Green, Travis McKinney, Josh Cushman and Scott Hutchison, those drivers have yet to go out there and take time. So if they're going to do so, they've got about a minute or so to do so. So time clicking away in qualifying. Todd, we'll have to wait and see if any of these guys decide to go out there and turn their qualifying times, or if they just decide to keep it onto pit road and maybe elect to start from the rear.
Just a little bit under 1 minute to go left in qualifying. Like I said, Mark Walls with the quick pole time, the quick time setting here tonight at Richmond of a 20.305. And I tell you, what a stacked field here, and a lot of the cars, a lot of the trucks. There's another dollar. A lot of the trucks not making qualifying attempts, though. That's not a bad thing, though, Phil. It's sometimes you're rather starting the back, especially a short track. You don't know what's going to happen. Maybe you're not as fast, or you don't feel as comfortable, and you want to run towards the back and maybe follow some of these guys that put down some of these quick times. It's like myself, Phil. I'm never comfortable at like a Richmond or a Martinsville. I like to follow somebody around for a little bit and try to get my goal, try to see what kind of line that they're going to run. I know this is a big rhythm track, one of my favorite tracks, though, but I don't run very good at it.
No, I love this track as well, and I've always qualified good here. It's been race setup. It's been my bugaboo out here, so I want to see how these guys, tackle it here, as it looks like qualifying is complete. So give Mark Walls on the 48 the provisional pole tonight with that lap of 23.05. So these trucks are about ready to head out there for a 150-lap main event. The Richmond Raceway on tap tonight for us here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Glad you have all tuned in tonight live on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We are on Twitch TV as well. Want to say hello to Kelly out there watching. The Josh Cully fan club having a party here tonight. A party sounds really good tonight. Thank Greg for tuning in. Got to thank that Matthew out there. Matthew Sonnenberg out there says hello, Matt. Hi, welcome aboard to the show. Glad to have you all tuned in. Phil LaCasse here. Todd Stanton doing the controls. The voices here for a long time. Formerly known as Full Velocity TV, merging business works with our buddy Charles Wooten over here for the Virtual Reality Network and Virtual Racing Network, I should say, and forming now what is called the Full Velocity Racing Network. Charles under the weather tonight, so you have Todd and Phil. We've done this a long time together, Todd, so for the first time for the Northwest Truck Series, what do you say? We go to tonight's starting lineup.
And now tonight's starting lineup here from Richmond. Starting on the pole, driving the number 48, that's Mark Walls. And his dancing partner on the outside, driving the number 12, that's Jason Hunt.
On the inside of the second row, aboard truck number 46, two-time winner of the season, Sean Bright, spinning alongside in the 33, that is Josh Cully.
Jeff Stabnow rolls off in the fifth starting position inside row number 3, and then number 24, and Corey Walters in the number 9 rolls off 6th.
Rolling off of the 7th position tonight aboard truck number 1, that is Caden Anderson, alongside in the 28, that is William Fletcher.
Rolling off in the 9th starting position, that's Dylan Huffins, and Ryan Maines rolls off in the 10th starting position in that number 13.
Guy who had a great run here last year aboard truck number 83, that is Chris White, and alongside 4th place in the point standings, we find James Thurston in the number 2.
Inside row number 7, starting in the 13th starting position, driver that number 92, that's Casey Tillman aboard the number 92, and John Adenbacher, that number 89, going to roll off in the 14th starting position.
Rolling off for 15th tonight aboard truck number 19, that is Matt Henry, and in the outside, the 333, that is James Vining.
Rolling off inside row number 9, that's the 17th starting position. That's Bruce Lee Weaver aboard the number 40 machine, and Doug Hunt in the number 49. He's going to roll off 18th.
Truck number 51 rolls off 19th tonight. That is Roy Grant Jr. and alongside in the 88, that's Travis McKinney.
Inside row number 11, starting in the 21st starting position, I should say. That's Stephen Paulson in the number 58, and Josh Cushman aboard the number 95. He's going to roll off 22nd.
23rd starter tonight aboard truck number 8 is Gary Nichols, and next door to him is 26, Ray Fournier.
Inside row number 13, that's Scott Hutchison aboard the number 91, and Tom Green will be his dancing partner outside, driving the number 77.
And our final row we have here tonight, the number 11 is Frank Harris, and the number 03, Daniel Masters, going to take our field here tonight. 27 trucks loaded here from Bear at the Richmond Raceway here this evening. Welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network, folks. You are in for a wild ride here this evening, a late night East Coast trip for the guys of the Northwest Racing Series, presented by Walls Beer Co. here this evening. Great to have you all aboard here. YouTube's alive, Facebook Live doing well as well, and we're going to take you on a wild journey for 150 circuits around the 3/4 mile action track right here in Richmond, Virginia. Going to give some love out here to the East Coast here tonight with the guys here from the Northwest Truck Series. iRacing.com, Pace Trucks onto pit road. And for the first time tonight, green flag racing here at Richmond. Mark Walls and Jason Hunt. They're going to lead the field for the first time in turn number 1.
Yeah, under green flag conditions, and it is Walls out to the early advantage over the number 12 machine, who is sitting in that second spot. Here comes Bryceman down to the bottom side, and that number 46 already into turn number 3.
Into turn number 3, Brightsman going to try to look to the low side of Jason Hunt. Mark Wall's going to lead the field here to complete lap number 1, but they are side by side. A pair of yellow trucks up there. Yali's Bargain Outlet, number 12, Jason Hunt outside. Sean Brightsman's at bright yellow, number 46. He's going to look to the low side off of 2. Nothing to happen there. He'll fall back in line, single 5 for second with turn 3.
Yeah, Brightsman looks back down to the bottom side once again, trying to get around the number 12 machine, Jason Hunt. Not able to get around him here early on in the corner. Remember, we got 150 laps here in Richmond. Don't want to burn your stuff up too early and show all your cards. As Mark Walls, right now your current race leader. You got the number 12 running in that second spot. Sean Brightsman for 3. Jeff Stadnow up to the 4th position. And 5th is Caden Anderson in that number 1.
And caught yellow flag going to come out here for the first time tonight here in Richmond. Yellow on lap number 3 now to the start of lap number 4 out to the racetrack. So we'll slow the action down here and bring you a yellow flag brought to you by our friends at Hanover Record Service here tonight. Great to have those guys all aboard here. Great presenting sponsors here every Thursday night here for the guys of the Northwest Truck Series and for every night here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Caution flag number 1 of the night, Todd, and I'm struggling to find who this may have taken around, but I'm starting to think it may have got the likes of Roy Grant in the 51 and also John Odenbacher in the 89 may have had a piece of the action here.
Yeah, Phil, as we're feverishly trying to work back through the replay. We did see a temporary parking lot over there at 28 to 13 involved in this one. So we're going to see if we can go to our live aerial coverage here, provided by Sam's Ford here tonight, and see what kind of damages that were happened here in Richmond. And like I said, it was a parking lot out here with these drivers. So looking down through here and just watching what happened. And trying to get back and forth here is, like I said, the 13 involved in that one, the 51 involved. A lot of cars involved in that one, Phil. So hopefully we can get this figured out. Still trying to figure it out here as we're going through here. Some different controls, not used to Charles's setup here, Phil. So we'll get back to work with that one.
All right, we'll let you get back to work down there. Yeah, we're working on Charles' setup here tonight. And Charles is an enigma to his own right. Guy does it on the controls better than anybody else out there. And Todd and myself, Todd, been doing this for a long time as well. We learned the tricks of the trade that way. Charles does a couple of different things. We get these new nice layouts he's given to us, all working through all the bugs here with him. And, man, they're awesome. Got to thank Charles for all his great work. Hope he's resting comfortably down there in Texas here tonight as us guys up here in the northeast part of the country enjoying a cool night but a warm night of racing out here with the guys at the Northwest Truck Series this evening, presented by Walls Beard Co. I'm going to check out some of that Walls Beard Co. product here, Todd, as I've started to grow some facial hair in myself. It's kind of getting hoarse and kind of straggly, so I got to check out the great products here. I hear that beard balm from Walls Beard Co. can solve a whole lot of things with it, so I recommend to yourself and everybody out there watching, check out Walls Beard Co. and check out their great product out there for guys like me who want the straggly whatever it is on my face going on.
Yeah, definitely check them out. Always support the sponsors that support sim racing. I always say that at the local track too, Phil. You support the sponsors who support sim racing or local racing. You go out there and support them. And if you have a beard, I tell you what, I wish I could be scraggly. I wish I could have some of that stuff going on, Phil, but my job will not permit it. As soon as it gets so long, I have to make sure that thing is trimmed. But some great products, though, from what I hear from all the users. So if you haven't tried it, try it out. His green flag back out in the air. And look at Mark Walls with a great jump here early on in this green flag.
Yeah, that's how Mark Walls, our defending Truck Series champion, rolls the field here through turns number 1 and 2. Won the first 2 races out of the season. And trying to make it an even 3 here tonight in Richmond. But he's got teammate Sean Brightson to deal with. There is a one truck.
Trouble! The
I
12.
see Jeff Stabno's truck up in a heap. I see the 12 of Jason Hunt up in a heap. This happened right at the front of the field. Todd Werner yellow for the second time. And this one may have tore up a couple of early contenders early. They have to come down and use one of those quick repairs they get early on in this race, and only working lap number 8. That can make for a long night.
As we're riding on board here with the number 12 machine, and man, he just gets out of shape there. Cuts across down in front of the number 24 machine. Hard contact to the inside wall for the 12 of Jason Hunt and the number 24 of Stabnow. Unfortunate chain of events. Like you said, they have some quick repairs. But man, now you have to start all the way to the rear, and the number 1 truck also involved in that one, Katie Anderson. So tough break for those guys. They're going to have to go down and get their repairs, but have to go all the way from the back. Yes, you have a lot of laps left there, Phil. 140 laps left to make it up back up to the front. But man, you just don't want to start out using your quick repairs that early.
No, and I'm looking especially there, the Jeff Stabnow machine, that thing on pit road, that number 24 truck. And Jeff's the guy, as you said, he sat on the pole for this event last year, finished second here last year in the number 24. Well, if he's going to duplicate that, he's going to have a long night ahead as he's now 1 lap down, sitting back there in that 24th position, 26th position. That was my timing and scoring update. So Jeff Stabnow going to have a long night to rally back there. Jason Hunt, the 12, also going around, and I'm not sure where he's ended up now at the back part of the top 20, currently running 17th. Is now I see the 12 truck rolling off of pit road. So all those guys have elected to come down there for a little bit of repair. I see 4 tires coming down to this end of pit road. I see Travis McKinney made a stop, Ray Fournier, Frank Harris. I see all these guys in the back part of the field all coming down pit road. Kate Anderson's down there, Josh Kussman, James Thurston. So guys up there in the points also coming down and taking 4. So why not come down and take them early? Because we're only on lap number 10. We still got 140 laps remaining. And unfortunately, Todd, already 2 caution flags tomorrow, the early portion of this event. And after watching these guys at Martinsville last week, they had some yellows early, but once they got settled in, they're going to put on some terrific racing. And I'm assuming here at Richmond tonight, they're going to be just as game to the challenge. So stay tuned. A good long green flag run is straight around the corner.
Yeah, I almost want to guarantee it. Like I said, Phil, I got to watch some of that video with you last week. That the live coverage here provided by Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. And oh man, I enjoyed watching it out there as a fan. And I know they're going to get it together here in Richmond. Like you said, rhythm type of track here tonight. And that's what these guys want to do, is build their rhythm, build their momentum throughout the whole event. It has been all Mark Walls here early on in the going. Like you said, it's been mired by 2 cautions, the quick yellow flags that have happened here early on in the going. So if we get a green flag run, look out for that 46 of Brightsman coming up through the field here, right there, directly behind Mark Walls. As Brightsman had a very, very quick, consistent quick times in practice.
Yeah, I think those are 2 trucks you're going to have to keep an eye on all night long, as is the 33 of Josh Cully. He was really fast at Martinsville last week, led a lot of the race before giving up the lead late to Sean Brightsman. Chris White, a guy who's had some really good runs here at Richmond, the 83, currently sitting 4th. Casey Tillman, the 92, he was having a good run last week at Martinsville. 2 issues got him late. He currently runs 5th. Matt Henry, he's worked his way from 15th up to 6th. Bruce Lee Weaver 7th. Daniel Masters, the number 03, from 27th up to the 8th spot now with this early yellow. Doug Hunt runs 9th. Tom Green, that is your current top 10 here at Richmond. I believe next time by Todd, I think lights are off atop DionRacing.com pace truck. We're going to set these guys back loose. So we're now working lap number 13. Look for lap 14. That'll be the lap we take green flag and, saddle it up, because the action is about to get to a whole new fever pitch. What do you say we go racing down here in Richmond?
Yeah, as I racing down, cotton paste car down to pit road. Green flags in the air, and we're racing down the front straightaway once again. As Mark Walls with one whale of a jump down into corner number 1 to 33 down to the bottom. Josh Coley trying to get around Brightsman there. He's going to be able to capitalize on that. So is the number 92 machine of Tillman. Tillman was down to the bottom, side-by-side battle for that 3rd spot.
Tillman down to the low side of Sean Brightsman, now off of the exit of turn number 4, down through the D-shaped dog leg here at the Richmond Raceway. Battle for that third spot. Tillman down low, Brightsman up high. We know the top lane will be there eventually. Is it there early? Advantage Tillman off of 2. Give it to the 92 as a 46 will fight back up high. Brightsman not going away as they pull back door to door off of 4.
Yeah, Brightsman definitely not going away. Now going to settle back down into line right behind the number 92 of Tillman. Tillman now takes himself into that third spot as Brightsman had a really poor restart there. And that number 46 machine, the 33, was able to jump right down to the inside and able to get by him, and that caused the chain reaction of the number 92 also of Tillman to get by that number 46, so he's going to have to go back to work to catch the number 48 of Mark Walls. Walls already out to almost a second advantage over these guys, Phil.
Yeah, and Walls' the truck likes clean air. It really does. You can see it pulling away out there up front. Walls beard car number 48. Mark Walls leading Josh Cully there in for second. Casey Tillman third. You got Sean Brightsman fourth and Chris White, the number 83, currently running in the fifth spot. They are all single file back there. Sixth, we find also a single file run for Bruce Lee Weaver. Daniel Masters currently running seventh. Matt Henry, William Fletcher, Travis McKinney are current top 10. All chasing Mark Walls. As you said, it was 1 second. It was about 1 second even last time by. 48's quick. Can the 33 of Cully run him down? He's got his good truck. Another great one right behind him. Casey Tillman, he keeps peeking to the inside there through turn 1.
Yeah, Tillman's lurking there in the shadows behind the number 33 of Cully. As Cully right now down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. And the 92 machine of Tillman has been able to get better off the corner. But this time, the 33 has shown some muster there. Is Cully able to hold on to that second spot? Brightsman not going away either there, Phil. That number 46 machine able to hold right onto the rear bumper of that number 92 machine. But that's also allowed the number 83 of Chris White to catch into the fray also with these guys. As now Brightsman takes a peek down to the bottom here of the number 92 of Tillman here once again. But yellow flag's going to stop that charge. As yellow flag number 3 going to come out here.
Yeah, yellow flag of the third time tonight now working the lap. Number 21 of a 150 lap. Main event is yellow going to come out of the speedway here, and I'm trying to give you a point of reference, Todd, to help you, and I think we may find something with the number 19 of Matt Henry, who may have got a piece of the work here, and tough to tell you, it was him and the 77 of Tom Green, so 2 drivers there may have had a disagreement over a piece of real estate out here in Richmond tonight. Not sure who's at fault, not sure if it's one of those valid who make the calls, but Todd, what do you got here for a full velocity replay?
I tell you, a little bit of contact between the 19 and the 28 went a long ways. As the 28 made some contact there, not a lot of contact. Sends the 19 around, and he's sitting in the middle of the track. Nowhere to go. The 77 machine of Tom Green gets hard into him, and I tell you what, he takes a wild ride into the outside wall and does a little bit of dancing here. And that 77 machine, because he comes off the number 2 again. He's upside down, almost getting the roof surfing going on there, but not quite up on the side.
Well, I think Kermit the Frog saying it ain't easy being green, and it certainly isn't easy to be Tom Green of the 77 truck getting a vicious hit there, almost upside down completely in that 77, and Tom now going to have to come to pit road. Some heavy smoke just bailing out of the front of that thing is steam coming out. Hopefully they got a quick repair to work on that thing down there, because the front of the truck is all mashed up. Maybe by the wizardry and the grace of God, they'll fix that thing up. But Tom Green on pit road now, 1 lap down, currently sitting in that 24th position. And it looks like a teapot down there, Todd. White smoke all over the place down there.
Yeah, definitely, Phil, is white smoke, as you said, all over the place. And, man, it's a tough break for Tom Green, that 77 machine, as it looks like he's going to be able to pull away here eventually, as it looks like still sitting down there. Smoke's kind of cleared, so they are going to work on that 77 machine to get him back into racing trim, but still trapped down there going laps down in 77 machine.
Yeah, it certainly is, as they continue to work on that. Looks like we're going to get 22 trucks here on the lead lap this time around. Looks like John Anbacher going to go to the end of the longest line here. Looks like he's had a lot of connection issues here tonight getting into the race servers. He's fallen on a couple of times. So John Odenbacher having a tough go of it, currently sitting 11 laps down in the 27th position. He's out there running for points, so he'll have to go on there and see the best he can make of his night. But looks like, Todd, we're probably about a lap away from getting back to green flag racing. Mark Walls and Josh Cully now going to make up your front row with Casey Tillman, Sean Brightsman in row number 2, Chris White, Bruce Lee Weaver in the 40 on the 3rd row with Daniel Masters, William Fletcher, Travis McKinley, and Dylan Huffine in the number 8 or number 00. That's going to be our current top 10, as I believe. Thought we were going green this time around. Maybe not. I think 1 to go going on to the iRacing.com pace card this time. So next time around, we'll go back to green flag racing.
Yeah, lights are extinguished atop the iRacing.com pace car. The field is going to restack and repack directly behind it. Again, it is Mark Walls, Josh Cutley, Tillman, and Brightsman. Those are your front 2 rows. Then you got White, Weaver, Masters, and Fletcher. Those guys complete your top 8. As these guys are restacked, repacked, and anything can happen. Can Brightsman capitalize here on the restart? Because that's where you want to make your passes before you get strung out. Restarts are where you can make the most of passes, and that's what's going to happen. I do believe you're going to see some of these guys make their passes towards the front of this field. As we're on lap 25 of 150 here tonight. iRacing.com pace car down to pit road again. Green flag back in the air. Look at Mark Walls. Once again, that 48 machine, excuse me. Continue to lead the charge down into turn 1. Not quite the jump that he was looking for, though. The 33 of Culley right there as he dives down to the bottom side, trying to make a pass for the lead into turn number 3.
Yeah, Culley going to come down low of Walls. They pull door to door for the lead off of 4. Looks like Culley may get the advantage, but Todd slow it down again. Yellow flag for the 4th time going to come out to the speedway here in Richmond. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow flag number 4 of the night now working on lap number 27. Looks like these guys having a couple of issues getting out of the gate early. It looks like trucks like Doug Hunt, maybe Stephen Paulson also involved in this mess over there. Looks like a little bit of a brief parking lot over in turn number 1. Richmond's almost a tough place when you navigate getting into these corners. You kind of want to arc it in. The problem with arcing it in sometimes, Todd, you may catch a left rear of somebody that's next to you starting in the high lane. I think that may be a product of what we're going to see here with our full velocity replay brought to you by Hero Record Service here under the caution.
Like you said, the 49 heavily involved in this one, Doug Hunt. And Doug was just minding his own business, minding his own P's and Q's, and that wall just jumps out in front of him, takes him and throws him down in front of the number 58 machine of Steven. And unfortunately, those 2 trucks heavily damaged again here. And some damages happening to a lot of trucks, a lot of sheet metal damages. But luckily, it's a short track where it doesn't matter as much, Phil, but I'm pretty sure they knocked the toe and stuff out of that 49 machine.
Oh, absolutely right. Had to have. It looks like Jeff Stabnow going to get a wave around to get back to, it looks like 1 lap down above the 24, so he's going to be the only truck 1 lap down. So if Jeff Stabnow can get another quick caution flag, Jeff may come back to the lead lap of number 24, a guy who, last year set the world on fire here, led 49 laps en route to a 2nd place finish. So can Jeff Stabnow rebound and make this night that was upside down from the start into a good one? Jeff currently running back there in a 21st position, so I have to wait and see what's going to go on over the course of the night. Looks like there was a disagreement there in the race control was where the yellow flag was going to go, who was going to serve the penalty for, so they'll get that worked out here as we continue to work single file. Looks like this time we should see the lights go out atop the iRacing.com pace car. So I want to thank you all again for watching us here tonight live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Got to thank the sponsors here tonight. Of course, the Northwest Racing Series that you can find us here tonight with the Truck Series. Also on Monday night with their Xfinity Series as well. Check these guys out, the Northwest Racing Series inside of iRacing. Also our presenting sponsor here tonight for the Truck Series, Walls Beard Co. Check them out also. Got to thank our friends over at Race On Texas. Full Velocity Racing Network is a division of Race On Texas, the online portal. Thanks to all those guys for their work. Got to thank the Sim Speed Shop. They do a lot of great button boxes out there. Check those guys out. Also, thank you to Hanover Record Service. They're responsible tonight for our Caution Overlay sponsor. To thank Tyler for that. Thanks to the guys over at On the Edge Motorsports. Special thanks to the guys over at Huffman Designs. And also presenting sponsor tonight here is Race Corps. So check those guys out as well. Thank all these great sponsors here that make the night go round. Round and round here is great to come aboard here, Todd. Merging ways likes of Charles Wooten. Getting to know his great sponsors and all of his great leagues out there. There is a lot of great races all over the country. We see a lot of them in the dirt, but coming over here on the asphalt side of things, It's great to know that some great races are out here all the way 3,000 miles away from us from the northwest side of the country. I have a lot of fun broadcasting this series late on a Thursday night, even if it is a little late here on the East Coast, as we push 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time out here on the East.
Yeah, definitely 12:30 is way past my bedtime here this evening, but enjoying some great racing here with the Northwest Truck Series presented by Walls Beard Co. And I tell you what, Phil, it's we seen some slicing and dicing here early on the going. Just the only thing we're lacking is a long green flag run, and we know that's right around the corner. iRacing.com pace car. Lights are extinguished to top that. That's going to take the hard left-hand turn down the pit road this time. Bye. And we're going to go back to green flag racing here in a moment as the green flag now flying through the air. And I said in a moment, that was rather quick there. The 48 of Mark Walls. What a start for the 48. As the number 33 of Cutley has to settle for that second spot. Tillman running for 3. Brightsman still 4. Bruce Lee Weaver running in that 5th spot. Here comes the number 92 of Tillman down to the bottom side. He's side by side with the 33 machine of Culley here for that second spot.
Good battle there for that second spot. As you said, with Culley, the 33, the 92 of Casey Tillman. Give it to the 92 off the corner, but Culley going to fight back on the high side. Off the exit now of turn number 4 and down the dogleg to D-shape here in Richmond. Give Tillman a spot. Culley going to have to drop back for third. He may fall to the clutches of Brightsman in the 46. He may look to the inside this time as they enter turn 3.
Yeah, great race going on for second through fourth as the 46 of Brightsman already looking down to the bottom here, trying to get around the 33 machine of Culley. So we'll see what he's got here in the upcoming laps as we're on coming up on lap 35 here of 150 on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing.
Yeah, Mark Walls leading the field here by almost a full second over Casey Tillman down to the east end of the speedway here off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Tillman in for second, Culley third, Brightsman for fourth. Great run out of the gate tonight from Bruce Lee Weaver, the number 40. He currently runs 5th. Daniel Masters 6th, Travis McKinney up to 7th, Caden Anderson 8th, William Fletcher 9th, Dylan Huffines in the number 00 currently runs in the top 10. Now put Dylan up to 9th for 00. He's around William Fletcher with 28. This is a little gaggle of race trucks back there racing for 9th on back off of 2.
I tell you what, Caden Anderson got all kinds out of shape. Completely sideways, was able to save it, but lost many positions in that number 1 machine. And tough break as he's going to have to work all the way back up through the field. Is almost a little bit more contact there with a truck directly in front of the number 95 machine. And one that he almost made contact with is trying to stay out of it there and trying to make sure that things are staying in the right direction here tonight at the Northwest Truck Series.
Yeah, they absolutely are. They're doing a great job here now, working lap number 38 under green. Mark Walls by a 0.92 second interval over Casey Tillman. Now Sean Brightsman around Sean Culley. Josh Culley put Brightsman up to third, put Culley back to fourth. Daniel Masters in the 03 Todd. He has worked his way up into the top 5. Great run for the early on for the 03. He started 27th tonight, all the way up to 5th. That is a hell of a drive through the field here in these first 40 laps.
Yeah, definitely a one whale of a drive, and going to take a look at the stats bar for the 03 machine. And like you said, it has him starting 28th position here. Daniel Masters aboard the number 03 and currently running in 5th. 23 positions gained. That's by far the most here tonight so far. So we'll see if anything else happens. See if Daniel Masters maybe can get up to the lead and fight for it.
I'll have to wait and see. I don't think I've passed 24 trucks the entire 2019 season, so that's a heck of a run there for Daniel Masters. But caution flag at Aralto Speedway here on lap number 41. Caution for the 5th time here as things start to break away. And it looks like right away I can kind of go back here, Todd, and give you a point of reference. I think it may have got James Thurston in the 2 truck around, and that was one truck I saw go free falling through the standings here. So I think this may be one where the 2 truck may have gone around all by his selfie. I only speculate. I don't know the answer, of course. The only guy who knows that for sure would be you down there in the Full Velocity Racing Network control booth. So what do you got for us?
Well, as of right now, Phil, we're looking through the replay to figure out what was going on to bring out this most recent yellow flag, and I have not seen anything as of yet. And still looking through and see what's going to happen, what brought out this most recent yellow flag.
All right. Well, I continue to say look for the 2 truck because I'm pretty sure it was his that I seen. That was up near the back part of the top 10, top 15. Now he's back to the field. So maybe not the 2. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe you can figure out who it might have was. But somebody definitely went kind of spiraling down the standings right around there. It might have even been the 95 of Cushman or... No, I'm only speculating, obviously, because I didn't see it in my own right. I know you get the buttons down and go back to the replay. Maybe it was a little bit of nothing as you continue to work down there and show off what there may be to see. I can tell you for sure, Jeff Stabnow, number 24, happy to see the caution flag. Jeff now going to join the ranks of those on the lead lap now running in 21st. So for the Jeff Stabnow fans, the Wicked Chassis fans, Jeff now going to be back on the lead lap with still over 100 laps to go here in Richmond. A long race left to go for the first 1/3. Jeff having to overcome some obstacles. Back onto the lead lap is Jeff Stabnow with the number 24 as we continue to pace under yellow here at Richmond. We're going to pause here for a brief second. We'll let you ride around under caution. We'll come back, pick up the green flag right here live. Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. Back here alive in Richmond as a green flag comes out of the field. Mark Wall is going to lead the field back into turn number 1. Battle right away for the second spot as Sean Brightsman for that restart position. Second truck to the inside, looks to capitalize on that. He's alongside Casey Tillman. They're going to door-to-door for the run-up spot into turn 3. Yeah, Josh was going to look down low underneath that 92 of Tillman. Josh electing to fall back in line to the 33, electing it's a little too early to race. Good run here out of the gate now also for that Mike Wood Race Designs, number 88 of Travis McKinney. Travis has worked his way now into the top 5, so I think he's going to be on that short list of heavy hitters to keep an eye on as well as we get toward the end of this evening. Travis McKinney now up to a top 5. Mark Walls, he's established himself back into the lead, but now he's not getting that big run, that gap he had there before. I think a big reason for that, Todd, he has teammate Sean Brightsman, our most recent winner, last two-time race winner. He sits second. He's not going to let teammate Mark Walls get away as, once again, yellow flag going to fall out here in Richmond just now at lap number 50 for the 5th time here tonight.
As we're just looking through the standings to see who is free-falling here to bring out this most recent yellow flag of the evening. And, man, it's tough here as we get going and just watching these yellow flags. We know the drivers, the caliber of drivers that are out there here this evening, and I know that they can get it done here. Just waiting to see what's going to happen with this most recent yellow flag, and I'm going to go to work and see who was involved in that one.
All right, I'll let you go to work. The 58 of Stephen Paulson going to get the wave around. Stephen currently sitting top 5 of the points, so I'm sure he's pretty happy to work his way now back up to the lead lap. He'll be back there in 22nd, but looking back here through the replay as Todd is, I'm not sure if it got the 8 of Gary Nichols, maybe the 11 of Frank Harris, or even the 12 of Jason Hunt back there. Not quite so sure. I know you get the views down there. I'll recap what these guys are doing as our race leaders are down on pit road. What do you got to show us there by way of a Full Velocity Racing Network replay? All right, Todd going to continue to go to work there, trying to find what put us under caution. As I said, I'm not sure. I think it just looking here quickly, I think it may have got the 8 of Gary Nichols. I could completely be wrong here. As I see a lot of our race leaders come down to pit road. I saw Mark Wall, Sean Brightsman down there. Josh Culley came in for work there, as well as see, Corey Walters was down. Caden Anderson was on pit road. Ryan Maines in the 13. He's had a great run out there as well. So guys running at the top of the field now electing to come and take fresh tires. Everybody, it looks like, that was running up inside the top 4 or 5 while coming down. I'm not sure if Travis McKinney in the 88 had come to pit road. I'm assuming he did. He was up there in the top 5. I think he may have won the race off of pit road. Travis McKinney may have come down there and did a little bit of sneaky with a 2-tire change, because he's going to come out 7th on the racetrack. So 88 may have been playing some work there.
Yeah, definitely. Phil is, trying to get through these replays and trying to learn all these new widgets that we have going on here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. I mean, Charles does an upstanding job, and so does the guys that help him put these overlays together. Does an outstanding job. They're all labeled nice, but I get confused sometimes and trying to figure out what goes where. And man, kudos to those guys, I tell you, putting out some great layouts. Kudos to these guys at Northwest. Is hopefully we can see some green flag racing. Is like you said, we have some different people up to top of the grid as of right now. The 00 of Dylan up there in the top spot. Chris White and Bruce Lee Weaver running your top 3 as of right now. We're on lap 53 of 150. Not even to halfway yet, Phil. So we got about 22 to 23 more laps to halfway, and it's going to be rather interesting.
It is certainly going to be a lot of fun to watch these guys waiting for. I know they got a long green flag run ahead of them, because when I watch these guys, they always do it early. Short tracks they're a different animal. They had a little bit of yellow fever last week here at Martinsville. They got that sorted out and put a really good run together toward the end of the race. So I'm assuming they're going to do it right here tonight in Richmond. This is a fun little joint to get around. But Dylan Huffines, the number 00, going to take his trek up to the front of the field now with Chris White alongside Bruce Lee Weaver currently in the 3rd spot. Josh Cushman 4th. Jeff Stabnow from early disaster round finds himself in the top 5. Roy Grant Jr. is 6th. Mark Wall 7th. Sean Brightsman back there at 8th. Daniel Masters is 9th. And Josh Culley going to restart as your top 10 as we await a restart, this time off of turn number 4. Green flag going to go back in the air. We are racing as we continue to start here. Lap number 55 here in Richmond. It's now Dylan Huffines, the 00, Todd, new race leader. He takes the field through turn 1.
Yeah, definitely a new race leader is the 00 machine holding on to the top spot. Here comes Chris White down to the bottom side here of Lee Weaver, as White was side by side for that 2nd spot, as Weaver right now holding on to the 3rd, but it looks like 83 of Chris White put him to 2nd.
Put White up to 2nd. Stabnow up there as well, now up to the 3rd spot. Him and Weaver going to go out for 3rd, and look behind them. That number 48 lurking large there as Mark Walls up to the top 5. Going to look to pull himself to the low side of the racetrack. Maybe make a run on Jeff Stabnow, as our yellow flag going to come out again on lap number 57. We've been plagued by a lot of yellow flags here early in Richmond, Todd, as we'll try to go back and find who put us here under the yellow flag, who may have gone around as I'm peeking. I don't see anything here that may look all too peculiar, so We'll have to put you back down to work on the spot, but we may have to pay some Dr. Green because we could probably use some elixir for this yellow fever we're having here in Richmond.
Yeah, definitely the elixir did not work last night. Hopefully it'll work tonight. I know it's a new strand to try to get this yellow fever away here tonight, and we'll see if that actually happens.
All right, letting Todd go to work down there in the control booth and just trying to figure out who may have brought this yellow flag out. Trying to help you out here, Todd, and I'm just not seeing. Maybe the 11 of Frank Harris may have got a piece of this. I see he has gone one lap down, so not quite so sure. I know you've got a little more adjustability to the views than I do, but tough to tell. But I did see the 11 down on pit road, a little bit of damage, and he has gone one lap down, so maybe start there. I could be wrong.
Well, we did start there at 11. I don't see anything wrong with the number 11 of Frankie Harris, as he just falls back through the field in a pretty timely fashion, and we do not see a spin out on the track.
All right, so going back there to look, and I'm going to give kudos to our buddy Charles here, who usually has command of the Northwest Racing Series here at the controls every Thursday, every Monday night, and I don't know a guy who's quicker on the replays than him. Todd does a hell of a job, but somehow Charles not only has that thing located, he has got that thing on the screen within about 5 seconds. So how that guy does it, Todd, maybe he can teach us the tricks of the trade, because he does it as quick as anybody that I've ever known to do it, and does a hell of a job, because we going back here trying to find it. Things happen so quick here in Richmond. Kudos to that guy. He's just a master down there.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. Definitely a master at the controls, a master at replays. Yeah, Phil, I have to agree that he's also faster at the replays than I am. I've had a lot of practice, but man, you just can tell he's been around the iRacing.com simulation for quite some time.
Yes, he have, and I think he's even watching over us tonight out there live on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch TV, or may even make a cameo appearance here into our home-based TeamSpeak to check in. So out there, if you're watching, Charles, hope you're feeling better. We're trying to hold down the ship for you the best we absolutely can here tonight. The Northwest Truck Series presented by Walls Beard Co. working under caution now on lap number 60. So 90 laps still left to go in this thing, and we see guys like Dylan Huffines up there in the lead, Chris White in for second, Bruce Lee Weaver third, Jeff Stabnow in for fourth, Mark Walls now up into the top five. That 48 looming large. We find Daniel Masters back there in sixth, Caden Anderson for seventh, Josh Cully eighth, Sean Brightson's fallen back to ninth, Ryan Baines running in our top 10, Corey Walters currently 11th, William Fletcher for 12th, Ray Fournier for 13th, Casey Tillman 14th, Travis McKinney has come on the pit road. He's now going to run 15th with Gary Nichols, James Thurston, Stephen Paulson, Josh Cushman, and Roy Grant Jr. making up your top 20 here. All the entire top 20 that are on the lead lap here in Richmond, now on lap number 61 under caution. You're watching us here live tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. And Todd, I believe we're going to go green flag racing here next time around. Dylan Huffines and Chris White, they're going to be on our front row when we get back to green.
Yeah, definitely going to see these guys go back to green flag racing. We're on lap 61 of 150, just 14 laps shy of 75 laps, which will make us halfway home here as iRacing.com. Pace car lights are extinguished atop that. Hopefully maybe that's going to be the last yellow flag we see here of the evening, and these guys get some great green flag racing going in.
Absolutely. Is green flag going to come out in the air? As I saw, the 92 car was put together along the line, so maybe the last yellow flag may have been off the bumper of the 92 truck. As we go back to green, Huffines going to lead the field. They're going to break out in a race for second down the back straightaway between Chris White, Bruce Lee Weaver in the 40 there, as well as Weaver going to look to the inside in that number 40 truck. They're door to door for second off of third forward. Yeah,
door to door as Weaver down to the bottom side in the number 40 machine. Here comes Mark Walls way down to the bottom, making a 3 wide. Here comes Walls around the number 40 machine of Bruce Lee Weaver. Walls now sets his sights on the number 83 machine of Chris White.
Yeah, Chris White going to fall back there. He may fall surrender now to the one of Caden Anderson, as well as he's trying to follow Mark Walls up to the field, as is Sean Brightson. One truck around, yellow flag going to come out. I see Jeff Stabnow's around, Daniel Masters, the 03, another truck down there in the grass. I believe that may have been the 38 truck in the grass there as well. So caution flag going to come out in the speedway here. Caution flag number 8 working on lap number 64. This one happened right near the front of the field, Todd, on guys that I think We're playing a little bit of tire strategy here, including Jeff Stabnow, who has some heavy damage to the rear end of that 24 truck. What the heck happened?
We're riding along here with Stabnow, and it looks like contact between himself and the 33 machine sends him around in a not hard into the outside wall. Around he goes with some more 360s. Two other trucks make some contact, but he keeps it going in the right direction there, Phil.
Yep, sure does, with some heavy damage there. The 03 getting a piece as well. Multiple trucks getting a piece of this one as well. So starting to tear a couple things up here in Richmond here tonight, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're going to pause here under the caution flag. We'll update you if anything breaks. Be right back right here, live at Racing. We live? Back here live at Richmond under the green flags. It goes back in the air, but 00 will bring us back to green. Dylan Uffines with the race lead. Chris White in there for a second, but here comes Mark Walls in the 48. He's going to make quick work of the Chris White machine. Mark Walls now up to second. He may make a bid for the race lead, Todd. This time off of turn 4. Here comes Mark Walls to the bottom looking for that race lead.
Yeah, Walls down to the bottom here into the corner with the 00 machine. Side-by-side battle. Mark Walls there on the inside. It's not going to take him very long to get to the front here as he's come all the way back up through the field here. Now put Mark Walls to the race lead. Chris White now to the second spot. There, the number 83 machine. The one also following too, Caden Anderson and Sean Brightsman up to fourth in the 46.
Yep, Brightsman now up to fourth, following Caden Anderson there in that number 1 truck. He's going to pull to the backside of the 83 of Chris White down the back stretch as Mark Walls continues to lead here in turn number 3. We're getting close to halfway here, Todd. Going to complete lap number 71 of 150. That makes up tonight's main event for the Northwest Truck Series, presented by Walls Beard Co. here at the Richmond Raceway here this evening. The 48 leading Chris White by 3 truck lengths down the backstretch in turn number 3, waiting for that battle to second to kind of take shape there between Caden Anderson and Chris White. Also, Sean Brightson riding late down the tire tracks too. How long is a 46 waiting to find his time to make his run back to the front? I guess have to wait and see, Todd. Halfway point of looking.
Yeah, halfway point is only about 2 laps to go before we get to halfway here. That'll put us 75 of 150 laps going to be complete here at the Richmond International Raceway. Is now Sean Brightson makes short work of the number 1 of Caden Anderson. Now puts himself into that 3rd spot. And that Walls Beard Co. number 46, that beautifully prepared bright yellow number 46 machine as he comes down the back straightaway here. Now sets his sights on the number 83 of Chris White. White right now holding on to 2nd, but we can see the 46 of Brightsman is a tad bit faster.
Yeah, he's certainly faster as they pass a lap truck of the 333 of James Vining. Put James on a lap down there. That 333 as the top 3 go fading by in a quick right through 1 and 2. Walls, White, Brightsman, Anderson. Now Josh Cully has worked his way back to the top 5. You know, a 33 is going to, pretty fast truck, Todd, but he's got about 10 car lengths to run down between himself and 4th race running Caden Anderson as yellow flag and greet us once again here at Richmond. Yellow flag for the 9th time now as we just hit the halfway mark. 76 laps, 150 in the books. And what in the world's going on tonight here at Richmond is we have put a couple of trucks here around. We put, the better part 15 trucks here left in the lead lap of a 27 truck starting field. Is it a full moon out here in Richmond tonight, Todd? I'm starting to think so.
Yeah, I almost kind of echo those sentiments right now. It looks like a full moon, and we always call that at their local racetrack, our dirt track. Full moon is something bad always happens, or somebody new comes out on the speedway and wrecks the field. So I guess something bad's going to happen when you see a full moon.
I guess so. Caution flag coming out on the speedway here at lap number 76, and tough to see where I was if whatever brought out the caution flag here. I believe it was one of the lap trucks that may have went around, so not exactly sure. We can't update though. I've seen a couple of names come through the pit area. It looks like Knights may be done, including the 333 of James Vining, the 9 of Corey Walters. Looks like he has called it a night. I believe let's see, I see Doug Hunt's truck down there on pit road, so it looks like he's still going to go at it. Doug currently running out there 12 laps down in 25th. Jason Hunt down there on pit road. Jason qualified on the outside pole. His night has gone upside down and sideways in a hurry there, that number 12. James out there 26 laps down. Not sure if they're going to make a go at it. As that truck comes back to life, so I think he's going to rejoin the race. John Odenbacher 29 laps down in 27th. Was the last truck to take the green flag here. He is still out there making laps. So even these guys, Todd, that are multiple laps down, still racing for points, every position they can earn right now is going to help them in the point standing. So even 20-something laps down, you got to go out there and make the best run you can out of it.
Yeah, definitely got to make up those points, and those valuable points are crucial to trying to win a championship. So it doesn't matter if you're finishing last. Somebody's always going to usually finish directly behind you. And that's what you got to do. Stick with it. Even get a lucky dog here and there, and maybe make it back onto the lead lap.
Have to wait and see. And this one looks like it's going to put the likes of Daniel Masters in the 03, I believe, back to the lead lap. And so get the wave around lucky dog. So put the number 03 back onto the same lap as a leader. And I see guys like Frank Harris who sit back there in the 11. He currently sits 1 lap down. So if we need another yellow, it may fall to the way the 11 truck here as we wait to go back to green flag racing here in Richmond. We're going to pause for a brief break under the Exodus caution flag. We'll be right back live here at the Richmond Raceway, your sports for esports Velocity Racing Network. Green flag back in the air now on lap number 82. Mark Walsh and Chris White lead the field back to the green flag here through turn number 1 and 2. Sean Brightsman, Josh Cully, Caden Anderson in number 1 truck. That's your current top 5 now as we go back to racing. Look at the run for the 0-0. Dylan Huffines, he's going to go to the inside of the 1 of Anderson. That's the battle for 5th now off of 4. 0-0 truck starting to come back to life. No, they're not. That is yellow flag number 10 now on lap number 84. So I'm asking anybody out there watching in the grandstands, on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, on Twitch TV, if somebody wants to go up there and drop kick the starter, kick him right in the face, take that yellow flag away. We want some green flag racing out here because we don't want to eye-pace. We want to eye-race out here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network tonight. Your source for esports racing, the Northwest Truck Series, having some a little bit of hiccups here tonight, Todd. Getting a long extended green flag run in. Caution flag number 10 of the evening. What do you got for us to see? Anything at all? You got time? Go ahead, give us a replay. Oh, okay. Damn. Back here live in Richmond, getting ready for a restart. We'll come on lap number 90 here on the scoreboard here, a 150 lap main event. Northwest Truck Series presented by Walls Beard Coat tonight invades the Richmond International Raceway. beautiful state of Virginia out here. A couple of East Coast guys, Phil LaCasse and Todd Stanton on the call here for Northwest Series tonight, sending our best out there to our buddy, our partner in arms, Charles Wooten. Charles usually here every Thursday night with these guys in Northwest Racing Series. Charles feeling a little bit under the weather, so we'll take this one to the conclusion for him here tonight. We come off a more green flag, going to go back in the air. Mark Walls will stop that throttle pedal down alongside Chris White, now heading toward turn number 1. Walls out to the race lead. Brightsman going to come to the inside of the 83, put Sean Brightsman back to the second spot. As he gets a little bit loose, he catches it. Brightsman up to second there off the 2.
Yeah, Brightsman up to second. Here comes Cully. And then number 33, Mission 83, stuck up like a super speedway draft up on the top side with no help whatsoever. As now he's going to have to fall back in the line there behind Josh Cully. But Chris White loses 2 spots in one corner. This time to the 33, and Cully now sets his sights on the top 2.
Yes, he does. He's going to set him on the top 2, and it's a pair of wicked chassis trucks up front. The 48 of Mark Walls, the 46 of Brightsman. Sean going to look to the low side. Sean Brightsman looks to assert himself back to the lead. Pair of teammates going to race door to door for the race league off 2.
Yeah, Brightsman gets a tad bit loose coming off the corner, down into turn number 3. Brightsman down to the bottom, side-by-side battle. That's the number 48 of Mark Walls. Walls right now holding on to the top shelf of the speedway, trying to edge himself back into front, but Brightsman has the preferred groove, drifts up the track just a tad bit, as it's still a nice side-by-side battle for that top spot.
Yes, it is really good between Brightsman and Walls. Put Brightsman now up to the race lead of that bright yellow 46. Walls back to second. Josh Cully running in the third spot. Fourth, we find Chris White. Dylan Huffines to the 00. He currently makes up our top 5, but Sean Brightsman, he has driven his way back up to the field, and next time by Todd going to put lap number 94 to his completion. Sean Brightsman now 3 truck lengths over teammate Mark Walls as they continue to battle up there for the lead. Cully in there, a distant spot for third. It's been the same story we've seen a lot of this season through the first 4 races. First 2 won by Mark Walls, the most recent 2 won by Sean Brightsman. Here, the 5th race of the season. These 2 so far early on in the year looks like they have a stranglehold on this Northwest Truck Series.
Yeah, they definitely seem like they have a stranglehold. It's like you said, they both had 2 wins on the season. We're on lap 95 of 150, and guess who's up front? Sean Brightsman and Mark Walls. So right now, if you were going to pick somebody to win, that would be a sure pick. Is yellow flag going to fly once again? Well, this is going to be yellow flag number 11, is it, Phil, or is it number 12 now?
11. This is yellow flag number 11. Not even till the triple digits here tonight. These guys, this racetrack is going to be a little bit loose, a little cooler air temperature here this evening. The racetrack getting very treacherous out there. Looks like it's claimed at least one more is trying to figure out who it was that may have went around. I don't believe it was somebody on the lead lap, so I'm going to go back here and try to give you some help, Todd. I feel completely helpless tonight. Helping you with a replay here, brought to you by our friends at Hannibal Record Service, our official caution sponsor here tonight, live in Richmond. So I'm going to hope you may have found something on the replay. If not, we'll talk to our friends out there watching live here via Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. What do you got for us, if anything?
I see nothing there, Phil. Is going back through. It's really, really hard here tonight to decipher where the yellow flags are so far.
All right, we have a lot of trucks behind the wall, too. I've seen guys like Bruce Lee Weaver has come in to call tonight. I see Jeff Stabnow's 24 behind the wall. Stephen Paulson, he's also behind the wall. So these are trucks that are running out there 20th, 21st, 22nd. So there's a lot of trucks that are tore up out there, that may have retired. Some guys out there still continuing to make laps, way behind. It's been tough for these guys. I hate to see it because the Northwest Racing Series, Todd, this is a really, really great league with a lot of really good race car drivers. And nights like this where it's really tough watching these guys wreck all night long, I feel really bad because this does not speak of the quality of drivers here. This is a great league we see here live on the network 2 nights a week. And Richmond, just for whatever reason, is taming the beast out here this evening.
Yeah, not only that, Phil, you know the admin's got to be having a frustrating time, too, is seeing all these yellow flags. I know from personal experience, being an admin, you don't want to see these types of flags because you have to go back and judge them and figure out what was going on, and nobody claimed that wreck. And, from an admin standpoint, nobody likes them. From a racer standpoint, it depends on where you finish, is where the yellow flag, if the yellow flag is really good to you and you luck into a great finish, that's you're going to love that yellow flag.
Certainly.
Yeah.
You certainly will. We hope to see a little bit more green flag racing with these guys. I'm sure they're kind of all frustrated. You know who's not frustrated right now? Guys like Sean Brights and Mark Walls. They're going to lead the field here in Richmond. We'll be right back here. We pause under yellow here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Ooh.
Green flag returning to the speedway here. Sean Brightsman elected to use the outside here in the restart. He'll lead the field here to turn number one over Mark Walls, and right away they're going to go out of here for the third spot. Josh Culley going to look to the inside now of Caden Anderson in the one car. One truck, I should say. Car truck, I think, worth about $100 here tonight. They're single file. They think the top three is a hit turn three.
Yeah, single file. They still remain as they come down the front straight away. It is Brightsman showing the quick way around the number 46 machine, the 48 of Mark Walls. Running in second, third is Caden Anderson. Josh Culley running in that fourth spot. Fifth is the number 03 machine of David Masters. So Masters coming back up through. And David Huffines in the 00 machine running top six. Seventh is Ryan Maines. Eighth is Travis McKinney. James Thurston in the number 2. He is ninth. And Chris White rounds out your top 10 as they run right now. And they get through the top 10, and yellow flag going to fly again. So I almost believe this is going to make it that much more interesting, Phil.
Yeah, an evil dozen yellow flags out in the speedway. And Todd, I think I may have found something for you to look at. Go back and check out the 26 and Ray 40. I believe you may find something with a replay that surrounds that truck. So I'll give you a minute there, push the buttons. I believe you're going to see something because that truck's got some damage to the right rear. Ray's truck was straight here a couple of seconds ago. So I'm going to give you a second to take a look at it, but I think you may get something here.
Yep, indeed I do this time. The 83 down to the bottom is a 3-wide battle. The 26 kind of got scared and came up the track into the 19, and around goes the 26 in a not rated 40 air. And that number 26 machine, again, another car up top. It was 3-wide situation, and he just wanted to make sure he was out of the way of the bottom car, and he just made up for too much of it there, Phil, and ended up having to spin himself out basically to save other cars or other trucks right directly behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. Ray going around here. Caution flag number 12 here in Richmond. Past the century mark now. 105 of 150 on the board. And a developing story here, Todd, from pit road. Mark Walls has come down to take 4 tires aboard that number 48. Not a bad strategy play at this juncture of the race. Looks like Mark, if timing and scoring were reset, I believe is going to restart in about the 10th position. So 4 tires for the 48 truck, and now as timing and scoring resets, it looks like he's going to restart back there in 14th. So Mark Walls, the pole sitter, 2-time winner this year. He's going to have 4 fresh good ones. About 44 laps to do so to come back to the front. He's in a good truck. Does he pay a risk of maybe putting those on now in the race because we're waiting for a good green flag run. If we get one, it may be advantage 48.
Yeah, definitely may be, as you're starting to see these guys' attrition starting to take effect on the field here tonight, and it might be a smart strategy call aboard that number 48 machine to do what he did, is take tires, because if we do stay green and clean and green the rest of the way, he's going to be sitting in the catbird seat.
Whatever the heck the catbird is, and I'd like to look that up in the encyclopedia.
Sort of like cat dog.
Else. Maybe it's like cat dog. We never know. Cat Dog was a great cartoon back then. We'll have to see what a catbird is. I mean, does it go back to Tom and Jerry? I mean, does it go back to the I don't even know. We'll speculate. We're having some fun here. We're on the East Coast, Todd and myself, where it's 1:10 in the morning. So things are getting a little bit goofy here, of course. I think Todd's got the old toothpicks holding up the eyes at this junction of the night. We've been slowed by 12 yellow flags with the guys at Northwest Racing Series. They're going to race it out to conclusion here tonight. It is going to be a good one. So I want to thank our sponsors here tonight, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. Got to thank the Northwest Truck Racing Series for having us out here this evening. They do a great job. The Xfinity Series on Monday, the Truck Series here on Thursday. Check these guys out, Northwest Racing Series. Also, a big shout out to our presenting sponsor for the company for the Truck Series here tonight, Walls Beard Co. Check out his great product there. A lot of great stuff for the facial hair stuff, and I'm going to try some of that out here myself. That beard bomb sounds great. Special thanks to the crew over at Race on Texas. We're a division of raceontexas.com. Check out their website for a whole lot of great content going on there. Also, special thanks over to the guys at the Sim Speed Shop, Huffman, Hanover Record Service, Huffman Designs, On the Edge Motorsports, and also our friends over at Racecore. Thanks to all you do for all of us over here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, allowing us to get on the airwaves each and every night as we go back to green flag racing for the Northwest Truck Series here at Richmond. 108 laps on the board. It's going to be Sean Brightsman to lead the field back into turn 2.
Yeah, Brightsman's leading the field with the number 1 of Caden Anderson right there for 2. Oh, look at that move by the number 1 machine. He's to the lead. Anderson to the lead in that number 1 machine. Brightsman now falls back to that second spot to 33. Running in third, that is Josh Coley. And fourth is David Masters. Fifth is Dylan Huffines in a double knot machine. So a little bit of battling going on, but back to the lead goes to 46 of Sean Brightsman. He had enough of the 1 leading the lap there. Brightsman now back to the lead.
I'm not sure if the 1 truck got out of the groove or has got something going on there, because that thing shot straight up the hill in turn number 1. Cade Anderson going to lose the lead now. He may fall all the way back to 5th as now Dylan Huffines with a 0-0. He's going to come to the low side of the 1 truck. They're going to race side by side from 4th on into turn 3. Anderson going to fight back up high. It was peculiar how that truck turned dead right that time in turn 1.
Yeah, that was rather weird for that number 1 machine. Now Huffines down to the bottom side, trying to make a race of it here for the 4th position. And right now, Anderson still holding on to a Huffines back down to the bottom once again. Not going to be happening. This door has been closed shut by the number 1 of Anderson.
And as we say that, look who's sliding up the hill. Was that the 03 truck of Masters got kicked out of line there? I think it was the 03 truck that slid all the way up the hill. He's going to fall from a 3rd spot now. He may fall all the way back outside the top 5. Just the same thing the 1 truck did. And offset went straight up the hill, and now caution flag going to grease here once again. The 13th time the yellow hanky comes on the field now on lap number 114. Yellow flag going to come on the speedway, and I'm not sure even where it started from. But we're seeing some evil handling trucks here in the lake going, and that one there, the most recent one I saw go just take that dead hard right, was the Masters 03 machine. Not sure if that where the caution kind of came from, Todd, but it looks like the 03 may have had some issues, as did the 13 of Ryan Haynes, who have also may have got a piece of this one.
Yeah, definitely these drivers having a rough go of it here so far. And like you said, a full moon here, but these guys, a lot of contact being made and tough decisions being made out there also on the track to try to figure out what's going on. He's got the double knot machine now of Huffines. He's coming down to the aid of his pit crew, Phil. So you may see the number 48 make his way up to the front faster than you thought he was going to be.
We'll have to wait and see as Mark Walls has worked his way now up into the 3rd spot. As I see a couple of trucks that may come down on pit road and elect for some fresher tires back there. As I look, I see guys like Travis McKinney coming into pit road. I see James Thurston down pit side as well. They're on there getting 4 tires, and I don't think they need fuel from here, but I do see Dylan Huffines with 00, Chris White 83. So all these guys elected to come down, pitting out of the top 10 to take 4 fresh tires. I think they saw the advantage that Mark Wall's able to make up there in the short run. Maybe the best move they can make so far to come down there and take 4 in their own right and hopefully chase this one down the end. I also think Josh Cully may have also come down pit side of the 33. Back here live in Richmond here tonight. Caution overlay we've seen a lot of, brought to you by Hanover Wrecker Service. Thanks to Tyler Blankenship and all the staff over there at Hanover Wrecker Service for all they do for the sim racing community out here. We are absolutely appreciated here. Live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. The Northwest Truck Series on the air tonight from Richmond, and slowed 13 times from the yellow, hopefully for the last time as we go back to green flag racing. This time with Sean Brightsman and Caden Anderson leading the field in a turn 1 and 2 with Casey Tillman, Ray Fournier, Josh Cully. I think the first one off pit road this currently time, Todd, with 4 fresh tires. Josh Cully's 33 truck. He's going to go alongside Tillman. They're going to race for third through 3 and 4.
Yeah, great battle going on for that third spot is Tillman on the top shelf of the Speedway in that number 92 machine. Cully down to the bottom side, the 33. It was a great side-by-side battle, but Cully's going to end that one as the number 92 gets drop-kicked back to the 4th spot. That is Tillman. Now Huffines into the double knot machine is in a great battle with the 83. 83 is down to the bottom side. That is a battle for the 6th position. The 83 is Chris White. Looks like White's going to be able to get by him.
Got White going to make the word around there. Todd, I have a development story. The 48 of Mark Walls on pit road, and I do not hear power coming from the power play of the 48 Walls Beard Coat Chevy Silverado. He is down on pit road. We had issues with Mark Walls. He had a devastating night last week at Martinsville. Looks like another heartbreaking night here at Richmond happening as a 48 down on pit road, and I hear no sound coming out of an engine down there. That is a tough break. Both our front row out there tonight, Jason Hunt and now Mark Walls, our pole sitter, having issues here as they got the truck restarted. Something definitely would have missed down there for the 48. So he's going to re-enter the race. 3 laps down, 60th. Tough break for the 48. So we go back up front. We find teammate Sean Brightsman still leading this field.
Yeah, tough break for Mark Walls aboard the number 48 machine. But like you said, Brightsman leading this event here in the number 46. He has got some challenges there from Caden Anderson. And Josh Cully just a little bit behind this fray. So we'll see if Anderson has anything for Brightsman. And that Walls Beer Co. Company sponsored machine, excuse me. I'm starting to get a little bit tongue-tied again. Late on the Northeast here, 1:19 a.m. And we're having a fantastic race of it here so far. It's been 46 of Sean Breitzman with the lead. It's been being exchanged between himself and the number 48 machine, who is now under some issues there. And that's tough. Mark Walls now relegated about 3 or 4 laps down in that 48 machine.
Currently running 17, 3 laps down is that 48 truck, but Sean Breitzman trying to make it 3 in a row on the season, leads the field. He's got a really game. Caden Anderson behind him in that number 1 truck. Josh Culley in there for 3rd. Chris White for 4th. Dylan Huffines with a good strong top 5 so far here tonight. Travis McKinney in there for 6th. Casey Tillman 7th. Ryan Maines for 8th. Ray Fortier 9th. Frank Harrison number 11. He rounds out our current top 10. Under 25 laps to go here in Richmond. Now working lap number 127. Breitzman leading Anderson, but look out for Josh Culley, the 33. He's starting to pull the back of the 1 truck down the back chute as caution on the speedway. 1 truck has gone around and going to put us on a yellow flag for the 14th time here now on lap number 127. 1 truck went around on the back straightaway. Todd disappeared immediately. What did you find back there?
I'm looking, I thought I'd seen a black truck, maybe the 48 machine of Mark Walls. We're going to ride with Mark Walls and see what happens to him as he gets tail happy all by a selfie off the corner hard into the inside wall. That was Mark Walls there. As he had a fast car, a fast piece all evening long, and just off the corner, snap happy.
Snap happy, broken, and the 48 truck going to pull it right behind the wall. The night is done for Mark Walls, the number 48. Came in tonight, Todd, 2nd in the point standings, 1 point behind Sean Breitzman. That is going to be a big interval to overcome here as we look a little bit closer here. And I'll let you pull up the point standings of the series as we enter into the evening. Breitzman came in with a 1-point advantage over Walls. That's going to expand. Josh Culley came in tonight, 3rd of the standings, 5 markers behind point shooter Breitzman. Culley up there still in the 3rd spot, so trying to minimize some damage there. 4th of the standings, we find James Thurston in the number 2. James currently out there running in the 2 truck on the lead lap, currently running in 11th. And our top 5 in the point standings is rounded up by Stephen Paulson. Stephen looks like his night ended a little bit while ago. Stephen Paulson going to round out tonight. Looks like he's going to finish up a bow as I stroll down. Looks like 24th for a guy who came in tonight, 5th in the point standings. So guys all over the standings, Todd, have really had it shaken up tonight. The latest being the 48 of Mark Walls. He's behind the wall. Night is done there. That's a tough break here as we work under caution. Once again, we'll be back here live right here next on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll take you to conclusion here, working lap number 130 under the caution flag. Back here live in Richmond, Virginia tonight here for Northwest Truck Series, brought to you by Walls Beard Co. This evening here live, Full Velocity Racing Network. Phil Lacasse and Todd Stint on the call here, filling in, hopefully doing a good job for our buddy Charles Wooten here, our partner at the network. Charles a little bit under the weather here this evening. Haven't taken the night off as he is not feeling well at all. Stomach bug, sore throat, the whole 9 yards. So we apologize and we thank for Charles. Hope he's going to feel better soon. Hope we're going to take this into conclusion for him. Off of turn number 4. Green flag going to go back in the air. Sean Bright's going to lead Caden Anderson down to turn number 1. But Josh Cully, the 33, thought he may have a notion to force that issue in the inside of the 1 truck. He thought better of it, Todd, but he may look to the low side here into 3. Here comes Cully to the inside of the large truck machine.
Yeah, as we were riding on board of Sean Brightsman in that number 46 machine, what a great battle going on ensuing there with a 33 machine of Cully and the number 1 of Caden Anderson. Anderson trying to hold on to that second spot, but it is Cully trying to lurk in the shadows, trying to get around him and maybe set sail for the 46 of Brightsman. Right now, nobody has been able to compete hand and foot there with the 46 besides the 48 of Mark Walls. Walls being 3 laps down, unfortunate for that number 48 machine. But great battle going on from second on back. It looks like Anderson's starting to reel in the 46 of Sean Brightsman.
Yeah, Anderson's number 1 truck has come back to life there. Does he have something for Brightsman here in his last 15 laps? His 135 goes on the board. Brightsman leading Katie Anderson. Josh Cully there for 3rd. Chris White's 4th. And right there in that single file formation up front, we find Dylan Huffines with a 00. He's got that Menards truck currently sitting in that 5th spot. So does anybody have anything left for Sean Brightsman? He is looking to make it 3 in a row here tonight in Richmond, doing all the right things. And he's got the 14 more trips to make around this 3/4 mile. Sean Brightsman now leads by 4 car lengths now off the exit of turn 4.
Yeah, Brightsman, like you said, he is doing all the right things. The number 1 machine and Caden Anderson starting to reel him in, though. Now looks to the top shelf of the speedway. He's peeking all over the place. It looks like Brightsman's starting to have to throttle back on that number 46 machine. Cully right there, too. And so wasn't Chris White. Give it a few more minutes, and so won't you have Huffines in that 00 machine. So you'll have 5 cars battling it out, duking it out for the race win.
They certainly will be as they head toward turn number 3, and this time by going to complete lap number 138. We'll start 139. Here comes Josh Cully. He's going to look to the low side of Caden Anderson there in turn number 1 and 2. 1 slides up. 33's got no.
Oh, what a save!
What a save by Caden Anderson, but he's going to lose 2nd spot. Now Cully, he may lose it to the 83 of Chris White as Chris is to the inside off of 4.
Man, what a save by that number 1 machine of Caden Anderson, but the 83 now down to the bottom side. That is Chris White side by side with the number 33 of Cully. He's going to close the door on Cully, put the 83 of Chris White into that 2nd spot.
Chris White up to 2nd, drop Cully back to 3rd. Dylan Huffines a 00, Todd. He looks like he's got a piece in him, may make a run late. He may look to make a move with the 33 of Cully. This time in turn number 1. He'll ride on the tire tracks there as we're now under 10 laps remaining here in Richmond. You know who's liking these guys racing as hard as they were? Well, it's all Sean Brightsman, the 46 up there. He's got almost a full 1 second advantage on the 83. Call it 8 truck lengths this time off of 4.
Yeah, as we're going to get 9 laps to go here at the Richmond International Raceway, and Brightsman's in his own zip code here. And that number 46 machine just driving off, and the 83 gets loose. A loose contact made, 83 around. Chris White around, and contact being made coming off of turn number 2. And that's going to bring out another yellow flag here for the Northwest Truck Series presented by Walls Beer Co.
And I think we've seen that one happen live right on the screen there. The 83 getting loose, the 00 of Dylan Huffines getting a piece of that one as well. So this thing is just going upside down late here at the Richmond Raceway. I think White has, I'm not sure if he had help going around Todd. That truck got extremely loose, but it got definitely late. Tough break for him, tough break for Dylan Huffines, who now finds himself 3rd, but he's got some damage to the right front and the right rear of that 00.
Yeah, it definitely is. Man, it's just tough sledding here tonight as these guys going through a war of attrition here. And especially the middle portion of the pack to the back of the pack here tonight, Phil. Just a lot of damage. You look at some of these trucks, they still got damage rolling around the speedway.
Well, they sure do, as I see trucks like a 00 come on pit road to hopefully repair that damage. There's only 12 trucks on a lead lap. So if you want to salvage a good one here in the closing laps, you're going to do so there. We'll pause for a brief minute. Come back here. The conclusion of this one here, Richmond 150, presented by the Northwest Truck Series. Be right back live here at your source for East Velocity Racing Network. All right, back here live in Richmond. I hope you guys are all settling out there and maybe still with us here live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Full Velocity Racing Network here. The Northwest Truck Series presented by Walls Beard Co. about to come to conclusion. We're going to get the green flag here at the end of lap 147, a 4-lap shootout to settle it here tonight. Sean Brightsman elected to restart on the outside lane. Josh Cully going to start down low. Pace car is in. We go back to green. Brightsman gets a great restart. He's going to lead Josh Cully on to the turn one.
Yeah, Brightsman leads the charge down to the turn number one. Cully running in second. Here comes the number one machine. Looking down to the bottom side of Tillman, and then number 92. The 92 closes that door shut on the number one of Tillman. So we come off of turn number 4. We're going to get popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the Richmond International Raceway for the Northwest Truck Series.
2 more times around the 3/4 mile for the 46 of Sean Brightsman, looking to pick up his 3rd consecutive win in the series. They worked out turn number 3. Josh Cully right there, a car length and a half behind. Does he have one more run to make? How about Casey Tillman in the number 92? He's up there to 3rd. Can he make something happen? White flag on the speedway. Cully going to look to the low side for the race lead in turn 1.
Cully right down to the bottom side, and then number 33 machine trying to get around the 46 of Brightsman. Down the back straight away into turn number 3. Brightsman trying to hold it on to it here through turn number 3. Cully makes contact with the number 92. Brightsman's going to go home and take down the victory here with the number 46 machine. Cully going to be drop kicked out of his position. Tillman going to finish for 2. Anderson for 3.
Dylan Anderson 3rd, Dylan Huffines for 4th. Josh Cully going to have to finish up 5th there after making a move there at the end. 6th going to be Frank Harris. Chris White in for 7th. Ray Fournier for 8th. Ryan Maines for 9th. And James Thurston going to wrangle a top 10 finish with Matt Henry 11th. William Fletcher in for 12th. The last truck in the lead lap. 2 laps down. 13th we find Josh Cushman. Roy Grant Jr. going to finish up 14th and 15th, 2 laps down will be Travis McKinney. Finishing up 16th will be Tom Green. He was 3 laps down. 6 laps down, we find Gary Nichols in the 8th to finish up 17th. 18th will be Mark Walls. John Ondenbacher for 19th. Daniel Masters finishing 20th. 21st, Doug Hunt. Jeff Stabnow, 22nd. Bruce Weaver, 23rd. Stephen Paulson finish up 24th. Corey Walters tonight finishes up 25th with James Vining and Jason Hunt making up our 27 truck field that took the green flag just a little while ago here at the Richmond International Raceway. We've been slowed by a lot of caution flag, but for the 3rd consecutive time, it is Sean Brightsman going to go to victory lane. We'll talk to him and the rest of our top 3 live on the post-race show coming up next. Back here live tonight in Richmond, the post-race show here for the Northwest Truck Series presented by Walsbico. Winner tonight being the 46 of Sean Brightsman, his 3rd consecutive win. Casey Tillman will finish up 2nd, and my guest now finishing up 3rd tonight in the 1 truck, Mr. Caden Anderson. Caden, congratulations, a 3rd place run. You guys are warriors out here tonight. There's a whole lot of beat-up race trucks down here, but tell us about your 3rd place run. You really had to earn that one there at the end.
Yeah, we had a good. I didn't get very much practice, and we had a decent qualifying. I was working my way up front, and caution came out, and I got hit under caution. I had to go in and fix my car, but came from the back and made it happen.
Made it happen up to a 3rd place run here tonight. And isn't it tough to get in a rhythm on a night like tonight? I mean, let's face it, we were slowed by, I think it was unofficial, 16 caution flags here tonight. Richmond's a racetrack where you're really going to get into a rhythm to go fast. And how tough was it to get in that rhythm and maybe make pace to get up there to the front? You had a good, solid truck all night long. Just not a whole lot of time to make a long green flag run to make that happen.
Yeah, I feel like I could have had something for Sean, but exactly what you said. Caution put me off rhythm, and by the time I caught him, I overdrove it into one and got sideways and kept it going, fortunately.
It was probably one of the best saves we've seen all night there. Caden finishing up 3rd tonight here, the Northwest Truck Series here at the Richmond Raceway. I'm going to give you the microphone one more time out here live tonight. The Full Velocity Racing Network. We're live on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube. We're also available on Twitch TV. So anybody out there you want to thank, friends, family, or sponsors, bud, the floor is all yours right now to do so.
Yeah, I want to thank Cascade Championship Wrestling, CNR Car Sales, and that's it.
All right, there you have it, folks. The driver of the 1 truck, Caden Anderson, finishing up 3rd tonight here in Richmond. I'm going to toss it alongside over to my partner, Todd, who's caught up on our 2nd place finisher, Casey Tillman, aboard that 92 truck.
Yes, indeed. Caught up with a 2nd place finisher, driving the number 92, Casey Tillman. Casey, a last lap pass propelled you into the 2nd spot. A lot of caution flags here tonight, but tell us about your race and what your strategy was here tonight to finish in 2nd.
Well, I mean, first off, I got to really apologize to 33. I got in there a little hot and got onto that apron just a tick, and it just kind of washed the nose up into him. So I really want to apologize to him for that. But mainly, the strategy was just trying to stay out of all the wrecks. We had a decently fast truck. Was really good at the beginning of the race and that, and then we got kind of shuffled back in that, and then caution after caution and got some damage. So we were struggling a little at the end. It was a little tight coming off the corner, but I guess we'll settle for a 2nd and move on to the next week.
Yeah, definitely settling for a 2nd. Nice podium finish here tonight, and it was hard to catch Sean here tonight. Is there anybody that's going to be able to stop Sean in these upcoming races?
Yeah, Mark's Mark's definitely the other one that is definitely very top of the class. I mean, those two are incredibly fast, and they got some very stable setups in that. So, of course, they're always going to be hard to beat. Hopefully, some of us from the Northwest Late Model Tour and that can hopefully make a run at them. And I think Jason Berg and Seth Frazier they'll get one of their wins this year too as well. So I'm happy with top 5 finishes for me, but obviously a win would be nice.
Way to catch yourself, not to back yourself into the corner saying, I could beat him. I was trying to get you into that corner.
Yeah, fortunately, I've raced enough years in real life that you kind of don't. I don't like to think I'm better than I really am. So.
Again, Casey, congratulations on your second place finish. We're going to get the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. We'd like to thank here tonight. They got you here.
Well, I really got to thank Jason Berg, Seth Frazier, and BJ for getting me into the late model tour. They kind of got me hooked and then threw into this series as well. So those 3 guys are outstanding guys, and I really enjoy racing with them. Mike Wood Racing Designs. Every class that I had run, he's been on top of it, of getting a paint built and that. So look him up and everything. And of course, YMC Mechanical for providing me a paycheck and letting me come play on here as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, picking up second place here tonight at the Richmond International Raceway Northwest Truck Series, driver the number 92, Casey Tillman. I'm going to throw it down to victory lane. I believe Phil has made his way down to victory lane, a really chaotic victory lane where Sean Breitzman stands for the 3rd time this season.
Yeah, he certainly does. And it is a party down here in victory lane for the Wicked Chassis crew. Sean Breitzman, for a 3rd consecutive week, we find you down here celebrating a win like nobody else can. Survival of the fittest here tonight. How did you pull this one off?
Just kind of bad luck with the teammates, man. Little pit strategy got me there, and for getting around Mark. Mark was real fast tonight. He had a great setup. He made some great changes. I don't really think I had anything for him. Was even really honestly fighting to hopefully finish in the top 3 with seeing Caden, Casey, and a lot of these other guys. Josh Coley coming in and running super, super fast and consistent.
All right, so I got to ask you, because this is, we talked about earlier in the season, Mark pulling down 2 consecutive wins. This is 2 consecutive DNFs for Mark. That is so completely not like him. Is there some voodoo going on down there? You sending bad hijinks, sending bad tire? What the heck's going on there? We know Mark's really good, but, man, he's having a string of bad luck I don't think any of us seen coming.
Yeah, it seems like the whole Wicked Chassis crew is having, other than myself, and I'm the one benefiting the most, but they seem to all be having a little bad luck right now, and definitely some voodoo. Not trying to throw him some voodoo, but I know Mark, he was coming back, and I think he would have won the race, but he had a slight TV issue that malfunctioned and had to throw it down into pit road so he didn't cause any black flags. So he played it smart. He did the right thing, and unfortunately it kind of bit him in the butt.
That is certainly too bad. Well, Sean, we celebrate you here tonight once again for the 3rd consecutive week down here in victory lane. These things are tough to come by, brother. This is a good way to start the season to pad your points a little bit more. You've already got those 3 wins down to lock yourself in the chase. I guess the pressure is off to go out there and claim some more checkered flags. I'm going to give you the mic one more time. A lot of guys out there, great crowds on Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. So whoever's out there to thank their brother, take it away and give those guys all a shout out.
I just got to thank everybody at Wicked Chassis Racing, Walls Beard Co., Central Welding Supply, Full Velocity Racing Network. You guys do top-notch broadcast with Cody, and thank you guys for stepping in with Cody being out with feeling ill. So, and then I got to thank everybody at the Northwest Racing Series here for coming on board and showing up for these races. I know we're having some issues with the cautions, but we'll work through those and get a little better here once we get off these little short tracks. So I look forward to next week at Atlanta Motor Speedway for another Road to Pro Truck Series race. So other than that, thank you guys.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. For the 3rd straight week, it's a 46 truck. Sean Breitzman at victory lane here at That's going to do it here for us till the evening air, Todd. It was a great night of racing. We saw a lot of caution flags, but the same victor emerged. One win is hard to come by. 3 consecutive wins, that's a feat in its own right. Sean Bryce is doing an awesome job here.
Yeah, the good old-fashioned hat trick, as you call it in hockey there, Phil, is he's got 3 wins in a row. Can anybody stop Sean Breitzman? We're going to have to just wait and see one more week, and it's going to be Atlanta Motor Speedway. That's going to be the place, and well, we'll see if anybody can stop Breitzman. Is it going to be Mark Walls? Is it going to be another one of these drivers? Another cast of the characters here at Northwest Truck Series. I'm interested to see it. If I'm not a part of it next week, I'll be watching it live here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing.
Absolutely right. So that's going to do it for us for here tonight from the Northwest Truck Series. Thanks for tuning in. For Charles Wooten, for Todd Stanton, Jack Truin, Nick Robbins, Ron Piles, the entire cast of characters that make the Full Velocity Racing Network go around. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time right back here live on your source for esports racing.
Good night.
Cody already left us.